time. Open links in new tab, including results for widowhood effect in men Wikipedia. Do you want results only for widowhood effect in men Wikipedia? See all on Wikipedia. Widowhood effect Wikipedia. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/widowhood_effect. The widowhood effect is the increase in the probability of a person dying in a relatively short period after a long-time spouse has died and has also been called dying of a broken heart. Being widowed increases the likelihood of developing severe mental disorders along with psychological and other. See more. Religious differences. A 2009 study by Abel and Kruger compared the likelihood of death between Catholic and Jewish widows, based on the graves of Jewish and Catholic couples in the Midwest. The data. See more. Effects on social life. Elderly widows experience changes in their social lives prior to and following the deaths of their spouses. A study conducted by Utz and colleagues revealed that elderly. See more. Health effects. Dietary research has found that surviving spouses tend to experience significant weight loss after the death of their partner. It has been. See more. Urban, rural, and race variations. A 2015 study conducted by Wright and colleagues revealed that there is a significant difference in urban-rural variation in the. See more. Possible causes. It was suggested that the widowhood effect was a mere coincidence resulting from the selection of partners with similar health risks. In a recent study by Boyle and colleagues, it was concluded that the increased mortality rate of widows is caused by the death. See more. Wikipedia text under CC BY-SA license. From Wikipedia. Content. Health effects. Possible causes. PubMed. https://pubmed.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/337309666. The gendered widowhood effect and social mortality gap. WebMost research has also shown that the higher mortality risk after widowhood, the widowhood effect, is greater for men. However, a different picture appears when examining. Author, Philip Davergat. Publish year, 2021. Wikiwand. https://www.wikiwand.com/and/widowhood_effect. Widowhood effect Wikiwand. The widowhood effect is the increase in the probability of a person dying in a relatively short period after a long-time spouse has died and has also been called dying of a. Wikipedia. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/widow. Widow Wikipedia. Wikipedia text under CC BY-SA license. Taylor and Francis online. https://www.tandiafonline.com/10.108030324728.2021.1892809. The gendered widowhood effect and social mortality gap. Web hypotheses. The purpose of this study is to investigate how SES affects the strength of the widowhood effect for men and women, and how widowhood affects the social mortality. Author, Philip Davergat. Publish year, 2021. Verywell Mind. https://www.verywellmind.com/surviving-widowhood-40111236. What is the widowhood effect? Verywell Mind. Web June 12, 2021. It's a complicated analysis. A 2008 study found that widowed men have a much higher risk of dying from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, diabetes. People also ask, what is widowhood effect? February 2020. Learn how and when to remove this template message. Widowhood effect is the increase in probability of a person dying in a relatively short period after a longtime spouse has died. There is a pattern showing a sharp increase in the risk of death, particularly, but not exclusively, within 3 months after the death of a spouse. Widowhood effect, Wikipedia. Does race influence widowhood effect in endogamous marriages? Investigations showed that the race of the partner influences widowhood effect. Whites in endogamous marriages had greater mortality risks that were not obvious among blacks, which the authors concluded was due to a high level of family support for the elderly among black families versus white families. Widowhood effect, Wikipedia. Is the death of a widow a cause of increased mortality? In a recent study by Boyle and colleagues, it was concluded that the increased mortality rate of widows is caused by the death of their spouse. Researchers in the study used data from the Scottish longitudinal study to compare the ratios of death in widowed males and females. Widowhood effect, Wikipedia. Are surviving spouses more depressed after widowhood? It seems logical to assume that spouses who were in a close marital relationship will be more depressed following widowhood, and research has backed that up. Perhaps more surprisingly, surviving spouses who owned homes tended to be more depressed, perhaps because they were worried about shouldering the responsibility of caring for the house. Feedback. University hospitals. https://www.ahospitals.org/blog/articles/2018/05/the-widowhood-effect. The widowhood effect, is it real or a myth? University. Web May 16, 2018. The death of a wife was correlated with an 18% increase in mortality for men, while the death of a husband was correlated with a 16% increase in the National Council on Aging. https://www.ncoa.org/article/the-widowhood-effect. What is the widowhood effect? The National Council on Web A 2013 study showed that people had a 66% increased mortality risk within the first 90 days of losing their spouse. These results held true for both men and women. A previous JSTOR. https://www.jstor.org/stable/29764672. PDF. Does widowhood increase mortality risk? JSTOR. Web results. The widowhood effect in these data is greater than has been found in other recent studies, with adjusted hazard ratios of 1.40, 95% confidence interval equals 1.33 to 1.47 for men. Wikipedia. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/wikipedia. Wikipedia. Web Wikipedia is a free content online encyclopedia written and maintained by a community of volunteers, collectively known as Wikipedians, through open collaboration and using a related searches for widowhood effect in men. Wikipedia. The widowhood effect means widowhood effect by age, psychological effects of widowhood, life after widowhood. More related searches. Related searches for widowhood effect in men. Wikipedia. The widowhood effect means widowhood effect by age, psychological effects of widowhood, life after widowhood, challenges of widowhood, how to survive widowhood, the sad reality of widowhood. Widowhood can be seen as including results for widowhood effect in men. Wikipedia. Do you want results only for widowhood effect in men? Wikipedia. Some results have been removed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next. Chat. Widowhood effect. The widowhood effect is the increase in the probability of a person dying in a relatively short period after a longtime spouse has died, and has also been called dying of a broken heart. Being widow. Causes of the widowhood effect may include self-neglect, lack of a support network, and lifestyle changes that follow the death of a spouse. With the widowhood effect, older adults who have lost a spouse face an increased risk of dying compared to those whose spouses are living. Determining the cause and mechanism of the widowhood effect is important for the development of interventions to alleviate excess mortality. Data: Wikipedia, NCOA.org, EuropePMC.org, Wikipedia text under CC BY-SA license. Feedback. Explore more. Broken heart. Gastric dilatation volvulus. Digital object identifier. Toyota Supra. Spouse. Related searches. The widowhood effect means. Widowhood effect by age. Psychological effects of widowhood. Life after widowhood. Challenges of widowhood. How to survive widowhood. The sad reality of widowhood. Widowhood can be seen as. Copyright 2023 Microsoft. Get the Bing app. Privacy and cookies. Legal new. Advertise. About our ads. Help. Feedback. Your privacy choices.